traveler. He will come in one of the pre-chosen forms. During the rectification of Aldrani, the traveler came as a large and moving torb. Then, during the third reconciliation, the last of the Kendrick supplicants, they chose for him a new form, that of the giant Slore. Many shoves and zools knew he was to be roasted in the depths of the Slore that day, I can tell you.
Do you want some coffee?
Yes. Do I?
Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
Okay, so this is the Nostalgia Critic, angry video game nerd slash kind of Ghostbusters fan.
Well, Ghostbusters is everywhere, so I couldn't hold back.
And yeah, we're pretty much just gonna open it up as a Q&A. Good, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
that sounds good to me. How about you?
So yeah, I'll let you pick the first one.
Okay, all right, let's just start from the left, I guess.
Might check it out now. I'm actually like really curious to see this and just see how specifically strangely bad it is. It's like it got a lower rating than Batman and Robin. I am intrigued. I'm just intrigued how a movie nowadays can do that, like a superhero film and everything. So yeah, I'll probably check it out when it comes to DVD. Cool. We'll do another one over here.
So what do you guys think is the fascination with the bad? Like, for both of you, bad movies, bad video games, that's what really gets interesting. Why do you think so many people are fascinated by watching that kind of thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the failure in something is so intriguing because we all kind of know things that are good. Chocolate is good, and Batman is good, and there's just things that we know are really good, and that we see someone trying to do the same thing, but it doesn't work. It's so fun to see, like, not only how did this not work, but how did they think this would work? And what was the mindset behind it? And in my opinion, the ones, even if they're really bad, if there's a lot of passion behind them, those are the ones that are the most entertaining. Like, because you can feel they're throwing their all into it, it's just totally misguided.
Yeah, I think I learned more from bad movies, I think, as much as, good movies, maybe just as much. Like, film professors, if you're in a film class, they'll show you, like, all these acclaimed masterpieces, but I think you learn just as much as, watching bad movies. I always think Planning from Outer Space is just as good a study as Citizen Kane, because you can see all the things that you tried to do and that didn't work. But also, just for some reason, the bad part just kind of it makes for good entertainment.
Especially if something's trying to be serious and it doesn't work, and it's so funny how not serious it is. I mean, it's entertaining because The Room's a masterpiece in my opinion. I mean, it's like even when they were trying to get us to take it down and stuff like that, I was still telling people, no, still go see this movie. This should be in a museum. I mean, this is like amazing. So,
he came to the AVGN movie screening in New York City, and afterwards, we went out to just get some food, and he was just like, I really love the movie and everything, and we just, got talking and stuff, and we're like, hey, we should do a video sometime. I'm like, yeah, okay, we'll keep in touch. And then like, later, we set up a day, and he came down, and we shot all those videos in the basement. So that's pretty much it. So hopefully we'll get to do something again soon, because it was a lot of fun.
Cool. And then, someone over here?
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes? Okay.
Attention, RetroCon attendees. It's now time for the final raffle of the day.
Yeah, this question is for James. I really like the stuff that you do with Cinemassacre, especially the Monster Madness during October. Are we getting a new one this October? And can you give us what the subject is going to be this time?
I think you said, am I still doing Monster Madness this year? And is there a subject for it? Yeah, we are. It's a miracle every year to be able to pull that off with just the amount of it, 31 videos. We are doing it again. We're doing a little bit of experimentation. Mike is going to be involved in a little more of it this time, so we're going to have Mike on camera with me. We're going to do a little bit of unscripted reviews. also the scripted ones, though. It's going to be a mix. So, and it's going to range from horror movies from like 1925 to 2015. So it's going to be like last year where there was a big variety. So yeah. Cool.
To get into contact with each other to get this all started?
I think like people were just sort of saying, I think when I didn't make the Turtles movies, some people were saying, oh, it's like what the nerd does, it's like what the nerd does, and I kind of knew I was going to be compared to them because not a lot of people were doing like kind of our shtick for a while, and I just thought, wouldn't it be funny if I just sort of poke with a stick, see what happens? So I was saying, nerd, keep your fans under control, this is your job, your responsibility, and yeah, I think everyone's getting so angry. Who's this a-hole? Who's this jerk? Which is great. That's exactly what you want. But then I was afraid he was going to take it seriously. So, like, you know, because some of the other people were, so I just emailed him, hey, this is just a joke, whatever, just a funny little thing. Just don't take it seriously. And yeah, then you responded. You're like, this might be funny, actually.
Yeah, like I knew you had that. I already knew it was like a joke. You know, I could tell, but I could just tell from your email. You weren't sure because if I would have taken it that way or not, because you never know. Like we were complete strangers then. Now we know each other really well and we hang out all the time. But that time it was like that's just how we got to know each other, just by doing those videos. And I remember the first time when you came to my house and you drove from Chicago. You drove 12 hours or whatever to get from Chicago to Philadelphia. And I remember you're like, I know this is kind of weird to ask because you don't really know me. And you could say no, it's fine, but could I stay at your place? And I'm like, nah, you're staying in a hotel. But I think eventually then I think you were staying at my house then after that. So
yeah, I think we had like the hotel at night, yeah, or the night before,
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and then I think just from there, it's like it just made so much sense because like you know you wore all white, I wore mostly black. It was very much like the Bugs Bunny Daffy Duck thing, and it just like I don't know, it seemed to work really well.
Yeah. At the same time, it's kind of funny because one was movies and one was games, and it was kind of just like. The way they just kind of crossed over, it wasn't really, it could have not crossed over. It could have been so separate because it's games and movies, but somehow it just came together.
Yeah, so cool. And the second question, right?
Second question. This is for James, but it kind of pertains to Vogue too. I know you wanted to end the nostalgia to boldly flee, and I was wondering if James, if you had like a final episode for the nerd in mind, you knew what the whole big finale would be.
I don't right now because I just have no end in sight at the moment. So as long as there's no end in sight, I don't really have like an ending kind of thing.
I thought you were going to end it with the movie, honestly.
Yeah, like it could have. If that would have been like a good way to end. But just keep on going until it's done for real, which I have no idea when that would ever be. So for now, it's going strong. Well, board games has been a little more the focus this year. I've been doing more board games lately. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. So who knows? Maybe next year I'll do more nerd because I'm going to end the year off with like a big board games season finale, kind of like with Dream Phone, how that was like the last one for a little while. I took a break, so I'm working up to a big episode at the end of the year. And yeah, and then after that, maybe some more focus on nerd after that. We'll see.
Cool. All right.
If it messes up, then you might not get another tape. That's it. So there was all this like, just everybody's like nervous, like is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? And finally, when it went bam, and then it would break the right way, and you're like yes, and then it was like the most awesome feeling. And after that, a lot of relief.
Sweet. Thank you very much.
Cool. Yeah, we'll go over here. Yes.
This question is for James. How long would you say it takes for something to become retro?
Actually, I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
How long would you say it takes for something to become retro?
Oh, how long does it take for something to be done?
To become.
How long does it take for something to become retro?
Oh, how long does it take for something to become retro? That's a good question. I think I'd say it has to be at least 10 years.
Well, that'd be my guess.
Yeah. Like 90s things are becoming retro, but I can't see 2000s being retro yet. I think it needs some time, but I don't know, it's getting there.
Yeah, I feel like, sort of the 90s bleeding into the 2000s, that's kind of retro. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like 10 years sounds about right. That's enough. Let time, like the hype die and people's thoughts to look back again. Be like, oh, does this hold up or not, or is it a product of the times?
Yeah.
So yeah. Cool. Let's do another one over here.
Okay,
My first one. Can you do Sonic 3D Blast for the Sega Mega Drive?
Sonic 3D Blast, Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have or not. I guess I haven't then. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have to try it out some more. I'm mostly familiar with the first two Sonic games, which I love. So I haven't really gotten into much past that. But everybody tells me a lot about all the bad Sonic games, and I just haven't seen that many. Although you watch some of the videos we did recently, like Sonic 06, we played that one. That was pretty horrendous. Yeah.
That's horrendous as the Adventures of Sonic.
Oh, the Adventures?
The cartoon, I'm just thinking.
Oh, yeah. Well, there was a game, I think, called The Adventures.
Oh, really?
I could be wrong. I don't know.
They made a game out of the show that was based on the game.
No, I'm sorry. It was Sonic Adventures.
That's like the Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
Yeah. The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Adventures.
Yes. Okay. Now, next question. It's too confusing.